The title of this informative presentation outline is Steps to Move On After the Untimely Death of a Loved One. I would like to inform you, my audience, about the steps needed to move on after the death of someone that you love that's untimely. This is a speech of explanation. I would also like to start off by introducing what I mean by that. When you lose a loved one unexpectedly, it can be hard. It can take a toll on the family. It can take a toll on everyone that's involved. Even though losing a loved one can be difficult, there are many steps that you can take to overcome it. Death by itself is very difficult, but everyone can get through with time. I'll go through these steps, and at the end of this, you will be able to cope with death in its most difficult stages, but you'll be able to cope with it pretty well. To move forward from an untimely loss of a loved one, the first thing that you have to do is grieve. The grieving process of losing someone, or even the news of losing someone untimely, is something that's very difficult for everyone to grasp and take a hold of. According to the helpguide.org, the article says that grief is a natural response that you feel when something or someone you love is taken away. And that's from Smith and Siegel, and it was taken and wrote in 2016. Some people initially grieve for a few days or a few weeks, or sometimes it gets even worse. Some people grieve for years. When loss occurs, it does something to your heart, it does something to your family, it does something to each and every person in a different way. Death, when it's unexpected, is very difficult. And to satisfy yourself, you have to be able to have steps to get through it. As the audience, even though this is tragic, it is new. To satisfy this drive, try to uncover information that is fresh and compelling. That's what our book says. The authors O'Hare, Rubenstein, Stewart, up in A Pocket Guide to Public Speaking. When my nephew passed away a few years ago, tragically of a heart attack, my family didn't know how we would get through it. We were hit hard with this unexpected news because we were all together as a family on Sunday and he passed away on the Wednesday. Everyone who experiences death share hard feelings. Whether it's someone that's close to you or someone that's far from you, you still feel the sense of loss and sense of emptiness. We first felt shock. We felt disbelief. We immediately decided as a family that after the funeral, we were going to get through this. We were going to help one another, and we came up with a solution. After the funeral, move forward. And the things that we did to move forward is that we suggested that we would all become a support system for one another. We began talking on the phone regularly once a week, having family dinners at least 1 to 2 times a month. And then also, we promoted awareness to other people that were going through the same type of tragedies that we were, to be able to help them get through what they were going through. In life, if you help someone else with their tragedies or anything that they're going through, then that'll help you get by yours really quicker than you actually thought you would. We stressed with our family members about how important it was to take annual doctor visits to make sure that if you see something that's going on with your body, that you get it checked. We also stressed that if it was someone in your family that got tragically killed, then how do you cope with that? Because that's something that you cannot control. The most important step that we did was we came up with an acronym called CARE. And the letters are C-A-R-E. First, we cried. The C was for cry. The second one was to acknowledge that we were hurt and how it affected us. Then aura was to respect each other's privacy and know that everyone deals with with death differently. And we encourage one another that although we might be feeling hurt, that we were going to get through it. No one really knows how to deal with death or how to cope with death, but we were going to get through it the best way that we could. In conclusion, I would like to say that when dealing with the loss of a loved one, you should come up with a strategy. Should come up with something that can help you to be able to get through with it. We said we care for one another. And again, that means to cry, to acknowledge, to respect, and to encourage each other. Care about these following steps of helping each other cope with unexpected loss to help us get through it. Although the loss of a loved one can be untimely, it can be unexpected, and most of all, it can be very hard to deal with, you can overcome it by following these steps. Thank you.